All right, Light Warriors. I know many of you have a little anxiety. So today, we're going to discuss managing mental health during the global reset. Hello everyone, I am Michael and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey. Well, Light Warriors, it's an important time to understand how to manage our mental health. And there's a lot of disconnecting that needs to be done. So many of you, I know you're anxious, right? What is anxiety? Fear of the future. And a lot of people don't know what to expect. They're seeing a lot of corruption being portrayed, but this is simply a tactic. So everything is going to work out divinely, a divine plan. So it's important to learn and understand how to manage mental health during this time period. And disconnecting is important. It's important to stand back and disconnect. So everything is a vibration, and subconscious programs are developed through repetition and what is broadcasted. So things could be broadcasted. Information or spells can be broadcasted. And this is done by Medea. So there might be a narrative that they want to bring into this reality. And this narrative might not even exist. So it's important to disconnect from mainstream media. Medea, didn't I already defeat you, serpent? Remember, Light Warriors on top of the mountain? Medea broadcasts spells of subconscious programs. So the common everyday life people, they might watch television programs and they're programming the subconscious mind. Whatever spell that is broadcasted, casting the spell on this program of the subconscious mind will be downloaded into the receiver. That is the person watching the program. So they use people to cast a spell. That's why there's a cast, right? You ever watch the end of the television credit? They have cast. They're casting a spell. So it doesn't have to be maybe authentic information, but this is what's happening right now. Things are being portrayed a certain way to make our brothers and sisters feel like there is no hope, there is no chance, right? But it's done in a certain way to deceive people. So right now, we are all going through the global reset. We're going through the global reset together, brothers and sisters. So what can we do? It's a very good idea right now to turn the television off. Tell lies to your vision. I know this has been a routine for many common everyday life people for many years, but if you feel very anxious right now, it's best to just turn off anything that is mainstream Medea. Turn the television off, turn the radio off, and disconnect. And do other things. So like, for example, on my journey, I like to inform myself, maybe with information on YouTube or other forms of gathering authentic information, or just simply disconnecting. You want to chill out right now? Well, light warriors, it's a good time to just let everything be. We're going through the global resets, and it's very difficult to understand this, especially with 3D eyes. So I have a term: let it marinate. Let it marinate. Just disconnect and let it play out. See, a lot of us want answers right away. We want outcomes right away. But right now, there's not going to be any outcome, right? So this has been part of a plan for a long time. There are two forces involved right now. And the forces that are in alignment with Mudia, they use something called predictive programming, so that you will accept or normalize whatever is portrayed. So they would say certain things before it happens, so when it actually does happen, you might just accept it. Oh, this is what was supposed to happen. I know this needs to be dragged out. But that's called predictive programming. So it's a good idea to just disconnect maybe from the television, and even disconnect maybe from the radio. Do you listen to the radio, light warriors? I really don't. Sometimes I do. But another theme of this time period, and we've spoken about this a little while back, is nostalgia. So I was rummaging through, and I found some old CDs. And when I go in the car, I just put on some of these old CDs from a better time period, where there wasn't agendas pumped into all of these movies and radio shows, and everything has an agenda. So it's a good time, if we're managing our mental health, because that's what we're out here to do, to help common everyday life people manage their mental health during the global reset. So maybe if you have some old CDs, right? Disconnect from everything. Like me, I'm disconnected from everything. I am that I am. When you disconnect from everything, it'll be a lot easier to manage this time period. It'll be a lot easier to manage the global resets. That's what we're going through right now. There's no way around this, right? We want it to end. We want the answer. We want this all behind us. We want the 5D Earth. We want the Matrix to collapse. I want it too, light warriors. But we are a collective. So the collective, we're all together in this plane, in this realm. And we have to deal with this right now. So it's important that we understand this. Things can't just happen right away. It's nothing's going to happen right now, and we need to be conscious of this. Nothing is going to happen right now. So just disconnect, right? So I know people personally on my journey that they might be having a little, hard time dealing with the uncertainty. They don't understand. It doesn't make sense. What is going on? You're not in control, light warriors. But don't worry. Life forces are in control. There is a divine plan at work right now. And there's ground command, and there's sky command. But nah, light warriors, don't sweat it. If you disconnect, it's going to be a lot easier. Even myself, right? I told you all this before. Sometimes I like to pop in to the 3D. I put the TV on and I say, ooh, what's going on down there in the low vibe 3D? I want to see what the television is pumping out there, so I could kind of gauge what the collective is seeing. But it's a good time to totally disconnect from the media, disconnect from the television. That's how you could manage your mental health during the global resets, because we're in for one interesting adventure, right? And it's going to be the greatest show on Earth. Not as great of a sunset as it was yesterday. Little chem in the way today. What do you guys think? Little chem in the way. See that? Couldn't see the sun like we did yesterday. Too much chem. But I digress. Our friends can't pop up with all this chem. Maybe they will. We'll see. But there is a divine plan at work. People need to be shown. People need to be shown the corruption. So sometimes at face value, we feel that things might not work out. But we're seeing that through the 3D lens. When we stand back and we're looking at this maybe like a game of 5D chess, then we can understand why it needs to play out this way. And it's going to play out this way. And then it's going to crescendo until the rest of our family shows up. They know where you are, and they know where I am. So, take the time to disconnect. Nikola Tesla said, if you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. They broadcast a frequency through an entity known as Medea. Medea's role is not to inform, it is to deceive the people of Gaia. 95% of your everyday life experience is dictated by subconscious programs. We are out here on the front line to share the science of the event. Disconnect from these frequencies, dear ones. Everything is about to change. And if you're getting this transmission and it resonates with you, you know that you will make it through and you will experience the 5D Earth. Ain't I bringing you the 5D Earth right now? Light Warriors. It's nice out here, but a little lonely. But I told you all, life is so much better when we are all together. We're serving now. We're strategically placed all around the planet. But once the event passes, we will all be reunited. Everything will be so much easier. Travel will be so much easier. All the technology of the great Nikola Tesla will be released to the people. The suppression will no longer be here. The corruption will no longer be here. And the serpents will no longer be here. All the normies just said, oh. But you know, you need to push through, Light Warriors. There's no more holding back. You know who you are. You know who I am. Commander is on the ground. Galactic Federation. We're here. They all know where I am. Just making a little spectacle about it, right? To help crack open some more pineal glands. You all know how I work, right? Some people don't get it. The normies might go, woo, it's weird. Remember that? We no longer care about that. This is the end of time. This is the beginning of the new earth. And the resurrection of our everyday lives. Remember, we cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious of your mental health, my brothers and sisters, during the event. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. We are the 144,000 warriors of the rainbow. It is time to take back our everyday lives. I am the best there is at what I do. Resiliency, like the Wolverine. I just keep going. And we will get all of our brothers and sisters to and through the event. So disconnect, relax, manage your mental health, turn off the television, turn on the radio, put on maybe some old CDs. It's a party. But when you turn on those frequencies of the television, you might get that nervousness in your stomach. Trust there is a divine plan. And trust that there is an army of light behind you. I am the defender of our everyday lives. Victory of the light. I'll see you soon, Ashtar. Michael is on the ground. And so it is. Soak it in.